I need you here in my arms. Oh no, you won't have to worry. I'll spend each day in your charms. Oh, I wanna kiss you all over, running my hands through your hair. Oh, I know a place where love is. I'll keep you warm night and day in the love zone. You don't have to be alone. Together we can live and learn in the love zone. Come rest your head on my shoulder, and we'll count the stars in the night. I wanna feel you beside me, oh, just holding you tight. I wanna give you a little tenderness, letting you know that you're loved. I wanna hold you close to me.
to commence. Please take your seats. Good evening, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a beautiful evening with Nestoil. Tonight we reveal the new corporate identity of a truly indigenous company. Without much ado, may I respectfully urge you to please rise for the national anthem of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.
Nigeria's call obey to serve our fatherland with love and strength and faith. The labor of our heroes past shall never be in vain. To serve with heart and might. One nation bound in freedom, peace and
Thank you. Please remain standing, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. That is indeed inspiring. It inspires one to be here tonight for a company that truly serves Nigerians with over 3,000 employees in this great company. Allow me at this point to invite the immediate past chairman of the board of directors of Nestoil, Professor Aya O. Aya, for the opening prayer. Thank you.
We take authority in the name above all other names. We are gathered, O Father, at the feet of your throne of grace. We have come to give public testimony that you are a good God, that you are a faithful God. You have told us in your word that we can do nothing without you. And we are here to say that truly we can do nothing except through you. But you have also told us that through your authority and power, we can do all things. And we're also here to say that you have made all things easy because we believe in you. Our Father and our God, as we look forward to the future, we know that you are the one who knows the end even at the beginning. And because you know, we have no fears. All we ask, O Lord, is that you will go before us, you will go beside us, and you will go behind us. And we affirm that in your name, we will do all those things that you would have us do, as recorded in your will. Above all, Father, let all glory, let all honor, let all authority be affirmed and be given to your people, we pray in Jesus' name.
Many people with one heart for one cause. We're determined to rebuild and restore. Where freedom reigns and truth prevails, where there's hope for us all. Now we find many people, different tribes, different tongues, word unite in our strong and resolve to generations to come. And restless heart beat so imperfectly, and then you come and I am filled with wonder. Sometimes I feel I glimpse eternity. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders.
You raise me up to more than I can be.
Raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk in stormy seas.
I am strong when I'm on your shoulders. You raise me up. You raise me up to more than I can be.
Heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do you? Well, it goes like these: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, and the major lift, the bar fruit king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah,
There's a God above, but all I ever learned from God
the mountain. I am a tall tree. Oh, I am the swift wind, sweeping the country. I am a river down in the valley. Oh, I am a vision, and I can see clearly. Oh, if anybody asks you who I am, stand up tall, look him in the face and say, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. I'm the world's greatest. Oh, all right. Yeah. I'm the world's greatest. I'm the sun up in the sky. All right. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I'm the world's greatest. Oh, yeah. When my back's against the wall. All right. Oh, oh, oh. Yes, the world is I will shine my light. Yes, I will. Oh, I'm the star up in the sky. Yes, I am. I'm the world's greatest. Oh, once again, all right. I'm the world's greatest. Yes, I am. Do you believe it? I'm the world's greatest. All right. I can feel it. Say, it's the greatest. Can you feel it? Yes, I know. Can you feel it? It's the greatest. Oh, yes, I know. Yes, I know. Put your hands together, say. Do you believe it? Say it. Do you believe it? Say it. Oh, 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 all right, yeah. The world greatest. All right. Can you hear you say? Put your hands together. I can hear you say. I can hear you say. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm the world's greatest. World's greatest. Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you. Please, once again, a round of applause for that wonderful choir. My name is Besoj Taria Jr. I'm your anchor for tonight, and with me is...
Right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Bobby. Gives us great pleasure to be here this evening.
With you, Bobby, on stage. I guess this height represents, is a symbolic representation. I should be downstream.
Then I'm upstream.
don't be flattered. You know what they say in the Bible? Lo, I am with you.
Right. I'm sure the Bible also says I will take you higher.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Before we commence a few recognitions, we would like to tell the staff of Nestoil to please vacate their seats for our guest. Staff of Nestoil, please. We need to have a guest seated. So it would be polite and kind of you to please vacate your seats. Thank you very much. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome formally His Imperial Majesty, Arole Odua, Layelua Adeyeye Niton Ogunwusi, or Jaja II, the Oni of Ife, the Sus. I salute you, Imperial Majesty. I am awed by your presence. May I also find delight in welcoming His Royal Majesty, Igwe Emeka Okezie, the Oka Ije of Okija from Anambra State. I salute you, sir.
All right. Thank you for making our time to be here with us this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to, in the same breath, recognize our host for the evening. Please, without further ado, put your hands together for the GMD of Nestoil, Mr. Ernest Azudialu-Obiejesi. Right. And of course, he's here with his lovely wife, but tonight we will recognize her in the capacity of the Group Executive Director of Nestoil. Please put your hands together for Mrs. Nena Obiejesi.
We're also very much blessed with an array of courtesy, but we cannot reel out all the names of the important persons who are gathered. So you would please permit us at this point to respectfully recognize the captains of industries, great players, government functionaries, partners, clients, members of the fourth estate of the realm. We salute you, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Please, you must pardon us. We would need to keep this event rolling. So please, a round of applause for everyone who has come to honor and show their respect to Nestoil. Thank you very much.
All right.
I guess my job is done.
For now, I mean, having you on stage is a plus for us.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Basoj Tyra Jr. Many of us were going to get look for work in government agencies. It's people like Basoj who pursued their talent that made us also believe we can make it in the business. And today, we have done well because of pace setters like them. Round of applause for Basoj Tyra Jr. Compare an actor extraordinaire. Now, this evening, I know that players in the oil and gas industry are in the building. One thing about you people is that you tend to be too serious. For those who are not aware of the reason we are gathered here, tonight, Nestoil takes competition to a higher level. They are unveiling a new logo. I think that deserves a round of applause. Yes. Nestoil was founded in 1991. Their very first office was found in a place that has nothing to do with oil. Somewhere in Lagos Island, I believe. 1991 was an analog year. This is 28 years later, 2019, where everything has gone digital. This is the time where brands are recognized just by their logo. When you see a McDonald's, you know immediately by the logo. When you see Paramount Pictures, you know immediately by the logo. Today, we will unveil that logo that once you see it, you know immediately that it is Nestoil. That deserves a round of applause, right? So because today we are going to unveil that new logo that meets up with standards, that new logo that is endless and timeless, allow me, ladies and gentlemen, to take us on a journey of the logo that will cease to exist after today. Can you see this logo? Now I can yap this logo. because after today it will not be functioning anymore. Mr. Ernest Azudialu, what were you thinking in 1991? Because if you look at the red, you will think it's palm oil business. You look at the yellow, you will think it's custard. Look at this blue, it's like you're a contractor for police. This logo has so many colors, you will know that being a trader that he was, is an importer, exporter, general merchandise. But today, the logo that you are going to see will hit you once. Anywhere you see it, even in your sleep, you will recognize it. So it is a step in the right direction. It's going to be one of the most powerful logos the world has ever seen. And those of us in the building are privileged to be among the first set of people who will set our eyes on that logo. One more time, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Nestoil as they take competition to the next level. Now, unknown to many of us, Nestoil has subsidiary companies that carry out different activities in this business. The video you're about to see, ladies and gentlemen, is from one of the sister companies, Energy Works Technology, a major player in the industry. Basically, they are one of the biggest in the fabrication sector. So, ladies and gentlemen, fix your eyes on the screen. This is about 3 minutes. Don't be in a hurry. We have lots to eat and drink and celebrate tonight. After this, we'll be back on stage. Please, let's watch the video by EWT, a brief documentary. Thank you.
EWT is a wholly owned indigenous company incorporated in Nigeria in 1999. Over the years, EWT has fast risen from a light-duty fabricator to a major industry supplier of pressure vessels, process plant equipment, and oil and gas steel structures and fabrications.
EWT is one of those bold initiatives by a Nigerian to take advantage of the Local Content Act itself. Over time, EWT is grown from strength to strength.
In recent times, EWT rolled the first of 3 clad plates being 90 millimeters and weighing about 20 tons for SPDC Soku Nag separator. The feat is the first of its kind in the Nigerian fabrication industry. EWT also has the biggest heat treatment furnace in Nigeria.
I think the area where EWT has had the biggest impact is in fabrication. I also recall their participation in the famous Egina project, where some of the major components were also fabricated out of that site.
The Egina project, which involved the fabrication of oil loading terminal anchor piles and subsea launchers and receivers.
I also remember Nestoil evolving through EWT in the construction of the Nimbe Creek trunk line, all the way from Nimbe Creek to Bonny for Shell, which of course is being used to transport crude today by ITEO and other injectors to the line itself.
Over the years, EWT has partnered with international oil companies, engineering companies, other corporate organizations, and the federal government of Nigeria to deliver quality products for the oil and gas industry and beyond. Saipem is one of EWT's partners.
We have never seen EWT as a risk for us. It's more an opportunity. For the simple reason that we see the management in EWT as real entrepreneurs that are really investing in the country and really want to deliver. The Egina project in EWT was completed with the highest satisfaction of us, Saipem, and also by the client. It has been acknowledged by everybody as a great example of great success of how the things should be done in Nigeria.
Other projects satisfactorily delivered by EWT in partnership with other stakeholders include the manufacture of 19 pressure vessels for Shell flow stations, the fabrication of Christmas tree and sub-assemblies for Shell's Bunga Northwest Offshore project.
EWT has proven their capability, and we are very much satisfied on the way they are running their business. I think this enthusiasm, this openness, this seriousness must continue.
In line with global best practice, EWT would spare no efforts in ensuring the safety of its operations.
Our operations where they are today, they're one of those success stories that we share everywhere.
Thank you. Come on, come on. Thank you. I guess we've taken you all the way to Okija and back. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, as we unveil or reveal the logo, I think what should be prominent on our mind is a brand identity of this company. It's about the brand. It's about what our values, it's about what we believe in. It's about service. It's about serving our clients. It's about a partnership. And what I like about this great company are the core 5 values of this institution. And they are, I like, innovation, leadership. Their values such as teamwork and excellence. And so this is what we must take away when we see the reveal and the unveiling. It's about the brand. That is what is powerful. Now, the next subject on the agenda is about innovation. What does innovation bring to a company? The world is constantly evolving. And so for us, we say the evolution continues. Nestoil is a game changer. We will not rest. We will continue to change, to think of new ideas and better ways of serving you, better ways of serving our clients and doing business. At a time when pipeline vandalism was common, Nestoil, an innovative leader, came up with a brand new idea, a system, a very intricate system that helps in the evacuation of crude oil. And that saved this great company a lot of revenue and brought wealth to the country. Through, of course, the NDPC and Nekonda JV on the OML 42, as I know. Today, this great player called Nestoil has set up a system where you can take wet crude through the fabricated system built by Nestoil into quality dry crude. You would see how this company is truly the face of local content. In fact, the face of local content, as far as I know, in the whole of West Africa. The achievement is enormous. The contribution to the country is unmeasurable. You have to see the video to understand what it means for an indigenous company to be very innovative. Please sit back, relax, and enjoy this video about innovation and a great contribution to the wealth of this country. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
The alternative evacuation solution is a testament to Nestoil's growing reputation as an innovative company that constantly seeks proprietary ways of working in difficult terrain. In 2016, oil production dropped significantly due to incessant vandalism in Niger Delta. MPDC Nakonde OML 42 joint venture was having difficulty evacuating its crude to Focardos Oil Terminal, FOT, via the Trans-Focardos Pipeline, TFP, due to its frequent shutdowns as a result of vandalization and oil theft, as well as other technical challenges. Nestoil was engaged by NPDC in the Conde to come up with an innovative system to get export-grade dry crude to the point of sale without the need to use T and the FOT. Nestoil executed this solution within a record time of 12 months in 4 key elements. The first element was to provide concept design studies to upgrade the flow stream from 2-phase separation to 3-phase separation with the objective to produce export-quality crude oil. The 3-phase separator uses gravity to separate the produced well fluids into oil, water, and gas. The resulting oil is fed into a crude oil treatment package, also known as electrostatic heater, which removes the final water and gas particles from the oil to achieve export-quality dry crude. For the second element, Nestoil laid a 20-kilometer deep burial pipeline that also involved a 2-kilometer river crossing to aggregate the export crude from the flow stations to a loading platform. Nestoil also provided a temporary storage at the Kiramo loading station, where the volume of crude is measured and is loaded using hoses into a vessel acting as a dump barge. Due to the terrain, large vessels are unable to navigate the waterways. The crude has to be transported to the floating storage and offloading vessel, FSO vessel, in offshore waters. To achieve this, Nestoil provided omnibus marine logistics arrangement to evacuate export-quality crude through shuttle vessels. The shuttle vessels load crude from the dump barge and transport it to the FSO, where the crude oil is offloaded. Once the crude oil is on the FSO, the buyer's vessel comes to load the crude for export. Wastewater is thereafter treated and discarded safely. With alternative evacuation powered by Nestoil, the days of avoidable revenue losses through the pipelines are certainly over. Nestoil, delivering exceptional value. The alternative evacuation
if I tell you how I feel, would you keep bringing down the best in me? You can make the sweetest taboo. It's so good, loving somebody, and somebody loves you back. It's so good, you need somebody, and somebody needs you back. To be loved, and be loved in return is the only thing that my heart desires. Appreciate every little thing I hear, but you're the one who's got me inspired. Keep on lifting me higher. So good, loving somebody, somebody loves you back. Say no 70-30, 60-40, talk about 50-50 love. Say no 70-30, 60-40, talk about a 50-50 love. Thank you.
I believe we can give them a better round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Dinner is served, so please, if they haven't come to you, just be patient because they will definitely get to you. I've been told to inform us, if you look on the table you are sitting in front of you, there's a quarterly magazine, the Nestoil quarterly magazine. It's usually printed 4 times a year. This is one of those quarters, so please feel free to take it with you home, okay? The magazine is yours. Take it with you. There's also the program of events. You can take that if you like. There's the menu for food. Don't take the menu. Just look at the menu and ask for whatever you want, and it will be given to you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you have seen 2 videos. The third and final video for tonight is approximately 6 minutes, but trust me, it's very interesting. It tells the story of the humble beginnings of Nestoil in 1991, and it basically chronicles its meteoric rise to esoteric heights in the last 28 years. If you see how far this company has come, you will have an idea of how far it's going to go. Ladies and gentlemen, please feast your eyes on the screen for the next documentary. Thank you.
Nestoil was incorporated in 1991. Over the years, Nestoil has evolved into one of Nigeria's largest indigenous engineering procurement, construction and commissioning companies in the oil and gas sector. With about 3,000 employees, Nestoil continues to redefine industry standards in pipeline construction, repairs and maintenance with associated facilities for fabrication, dredging, engineering design, operation and maintenance engineering, civil engineering, river crossing and shoreline protection. Over 95% of its employees are Nigerians, effectively making Nestoil the face of local content in the oil and gas industry. Interestingly, Nestoil emerged from a trading business at a time when the oil and gas industry was almost the exclusive preserve of international service companies. Dr. Ernest Azudialu-Obiejesi is the founder and group managing director of Nestoil.
The journey started all the way from Idomabo, where we had the trading business, and that was where we set up Nestoil first of all, and then we had just one room office for Nestoil. So by the time we started understanding that oil and gas business gradually, we now moved from Idomabo to Festival Road. It took 5 years of presentation, spending money, talking to the oil and gas industry to convince them, or to convince the IOCs that a Nigerian company can afford to do this business.
As confidence grew in the industry, Nestoil began to take on complex pipeline jobs in very difficult terrain.
Nestoil is the king of the swamps. We've been involved in some of the toughest projects in the Niger Delta area, ranging from the NCTL pipeline for Shell to the K2S project from Kolo Creek to Soku, and now the OB3 gas pipeline for the Nigerian government.
Part of the Nestoil scope in the construction of the OB3 pipeline is to cross the 48-inch diameter pipeline under the bed of the River Niger over a 2-kilometer span. This has never been done anywhere in Africa. Energy Works Technology EWT is a Nestoil company focused primarily on fabrication.
We're unique to the extent of our capabilities, our rolling capacity, which is about 130 mm. We're unique to the extent of our cutting capacity, which with using flame, we can do up to 300 meters. And of course, we're unique to the extent of our post-weld heat treatment capability, which has capacity to take in 100 tons of pressure vessels and other materials.
Another Nestoil company is B&Q Dredging, providing all facets of dredging and marine logistics services to respective clients across the country. Only recently, B&Q took delivery of one of the biggest dredges to berth on the shores of Nigeria, Pirate X, a 1,396-ton dredger with offshore dredging and trenching capacity. This dredger is being deployed to the second Niger bridge for one of its clients, Julius Berger, Nigeria PLC.
The second Niger bridge is not just the bridge alone. There's an 11-kilometer highway that also abuts the bridge. And what we're doing there is not just dredging sand for the ramp of the bridge, we're also dredging onto the road alignment.
Hammercup Consortium is another Nestoil company. Hammercup is your one-stop shop for civil construction, heavy structural works, and maintenance services. Hammercup has installed its own asphalt plant located in its base in Okija, Anambra State, and has the capacity of turning out approximately 1,000 tons of top-grade asphalt products per day. One of the reasons why Nestoil continues to deliver on projects that require precision in engineering design as well as operation and maintenance works is Impact Engineering Operation and Maintenance. Another Nestoil company.
Impact is all about understanding the problem, finding the optimal solution, and assisting the end user in achieving that goal. That's what Impact does.
We try to operate to the highest quality standards. So today, Nestoil has the ISO 9001:2015 certification, which speaks to the quality of service that we provide to our customers.
Nestoil's operational base in Abuloma Port Harcourt sits on 59 hectares of land, and it is the operational base for virtually all its subsidiaries and sister companies. Dr. Ernest Azudialu-Obiejesi attributes Nestoil's resilience despite daunting challenges to the core values that are entrenched in the organization.
They must have 5 core values that are very, very important to the organization. Innovation, leadership, teamwork attitude, integrity, excellence. These are some of the things that we look at.
And when you look at the people too, Nestoil has excellent people. Next thing is, how do we keep this beautiful bride for the next generation? So what we're trying to do now is put in proper, governance structure, put in the proper corporate governance in place so that this thing that was founded by one person, supported by all of us, we can hand it over to the next generation.
Dr. Ernest Azudialu-Obiejesi attributes Nestoil's success so far to a positive attitude to life and hard work. Values he continues to instill on employees of the Nestoil Group.
One thing I know, which I've also experienced, is that hard work pays at the end of the day. Hi, my name is Ernest Azudialu-Obiejesi, Group Managing Director, Nestoil. We are the face of local content in the oil and gas industry. We are here to deliver exceptional value.
Wow. Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Wow. This is amazing. This is indeed amazing. I used to think Nestoil was about having the most beautiful edifice on the island. When I drive through, sometimes I feel like stopping to take a photograph, and then I send it to my kids abroad and say, Nigeria is abroad too. I used to think that very little go on inside that building. But after watching this video, I had a privilege of seeing the video before today. I am awed, I am honored to be here tonight. And I think we are all honored. We are all privileged. And I think we are full of admiration for the man who started this dream. I think this gentleman is a true visionary. He's a hard worker. He's a leader. He's very supportive of his staff. He creates a great team and keeps that team going. He has a winning team. But to find this vision, to find this control, and to find this leadership demands our respect and honor. So at this point, may I most respectfully urge everyone here to please rise in honor of the man who found that dream. The great man who saw the promised land and who is not stopping at the promised land, but who has insisted that an indigenous company will go on and become truly one of Africa's greatest company. I welcome Dr. Ernest Azudialu-Obiejesi for his speech. Dr. Ernest Azudialu-Obiejesi, please come forward and keep the applause going, because indeed you are a true Nigerian, a great African, a citizen of this great country, a leader, and a maker of dreams. I am honored, sir. Thank you. Please, at his instance, you will be seated. Thank you.
Please sit down. Sit down. I will want to use this opportunity to add my own welcome to all the invited guests and all the people that made our time to honor us this evening. Welcome. I want to start on already established protocol so that I will be able to make sure that I deliver the things that we needed to show to our stakeholders, our visitors, at record time to enable you have your dinner and retire on time, because I remember also that tomorrow is another working day. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, that mind can achieve it. I want to start the Nestoil story from this quote from Napoleon Hill. I want to start by this quote because ours is a story of impossibility made possible by refusing to let go of a vision even when it seemed that the reality, as at the time of betting the Nestoil vision, did not fit the grand nature of what is today. I recall our humble beginning from a one-room office at Idumabo Avenue, to be precise, on the 4th floor. At the time, you could count the number of indigenous businesses offering services in the upstream sector of Nigerian oil and gas industry. We had a vision to grow a value chain linkage across the oil and gas industry, starting from engineering, procurement, construction, commissioning, and other services. We started at a time when the industry was dominated by international service companies who had experience, technical knowledge, and access to funds, which could not be matched by indigenous startups like us. Ours was indeed an audacious vision without corporate muscle, track record, or financial wherewithal. Yet, we chose to believe in that vision. And not only believe in the vision, but to fight for that vision and to bring it to pass. I remember clearly today in the industry, a lot of people will tell you Ernest always fights for everything. I want to remind my friends, people that make those comments, that Ernest doesn't fight. It's just the spirit of making sure that you succeed in whatever you are doing is what makes Ernest go all that route. Because if I don't fight that way, it would have been difficult for me to provide for 3,000 people or 3,000 employees that are today wearing the ID card of Nestoil. Today is a historic day in the life of Nestoil. Nestoil is our flagship brand and forerunner of many other brands in what we now know as Nestoil Group. What we are witnessing today may seem like the unveiling of a mere logo. Ladies and gentlemen, it is much deeper than that. Today carries a lot more significance for me and for the entire Nestoil family. There are a number of celebrations entwined into this singular event. First, it is the celebration of focus, determination, and vision over despair. As I sat in the audience and watched video after video showcasing the sheer capacity and impact of the company's under Nestoil umbrella, I could not help but recall how it all began 28 years ago, when at number 17 Idumabo Avenue, I took the audacious step to incorporate Nestoil Limited. In those days, local content was a mere imagination,
and indigenous companies who dared to play in the oil and gas industry were at the behest of multinational IOCs. This was the situation in 1991, when we dared to dream that one day Nestoil would be the face of local content in the oil and gas industry. With all sense of sincerity and humility, I am proud to stand before you and proclaim that indeed we have fulfilled that dream. Truly, we are the face of local content in the oil and gas industry. We have footprints in dredging, marine logistics, industry fabrication, engineering design, civil and maintenance engineering, dry docking, and exploration and production of oil. We are active players in the downstream, midstream, and upstream. Our services span across the entire value chain of the oil and gas industry. This is the true reason for today's event. While we salute the unmistakable never say die Nestoil spirit, we cannot but acknowledge the role a number of you played in seeing us to this day. We must thank the Almighty God, without whom we would not even be here, let alone celebrate anything. Our story is that of divine intervention, protection, and grace. We remain eternally grateful to God. We especially appreciate international oil companies who gave us an opportunity to work with them and prove ourselves at a time when they were not compelled to work with us, as there was no local content law in those days. Yet, they went beyond the bounds of sentiments and moral assertion to deal with this young local player whose only claim to fame was the proverbial can-do spirit. We are glad we did not disappoint you. Even as we today work with the best of the IOCs, hybrid players, and other local players in the industry, showing a track record of performance and raising the bar of local content in our industry, we cannot forget our humble beginning. For the bankers, I thank you for believing in us then and believing in us now. For without funding, how far could we have traveled with international service companies who had the backing of their head offices and financial institutions? Yet, you choose to take a gamble on then small business that choose to swim in a big ocean. I am happy that that gamble paid off. That is why today's event is as much yours as it is mine. Thanks for believing in us. We hasten to state that we shall not let you down. It is not yet Uhuru. It is not yet Uhuru. We are not there yet, but with your support, we have no doubt that we shall get there. We would also like to acknowledge the contribution of Nigerian government to our success, enabling legislation such as the Local Content Act and other related policies that have supported a number of indigenous players, including Nestoil. Indeed, government institutions such as Nigeria Content Development and Monitoring Board, NCDMB, NNPC, and DPR have engendered the spirit of positive consideration for competent local manpower, equipment, and expertise. For our partners, customers, and business stakeholders, we appreciate the business you give us and your continued belief in our ability to deliver exceptional value. I want to, in the same vein, thank the Nestoil staff, senior management, middle management, and junior staff, especially the corporate communications team, the business development team that put this event together. Thank you very much. Let me not also forget, I won't forget also that the young trainees that are in Nestoil, the young ones that we are grooming for tomorrow, also participated in making this event what it is today. Also, thank you very much. The 28 years ago, the Nestoil brand was born. Not so much out of necessity, but more as a grand vision that saw the need for Africans and indeed Nigerians to play a leading role in the oil and gas ecosystem. So while a lot of others saw this as a tall vision and a pipe dream, we saw an Africa rising from years of dependence on the rest of the world for engineering and technology solutions to one that is able to harness and prudently manage her God-given resources using proprietary solutions made by Africans for the world. That was the vision that compelled the birth of Nestoil. That is the vision that still leads our way into the future. Today, we have a respectable presence in the industry from our 59-hectare industrial facility in Niger Delta called the Abulomaya, the Port Harcourt. With over 3,000 staff, mostly made up of Nigerians, I make bold to say that it has not been easy. No good thing ever came out of the place of comfort. You always have to fight for what you believe in. This is one example for the young ones who are daily being serenaded by the destructive get-rich-quick syndrome, which pushes them into all forms of shady businesses. I must say to you today that the only wealth that endures is the one that is painstakingly built. I have been variously accused of being a front to so many persons. The only difference in my case is that you have seen the journey of some of it that is shown in the videos you watched today. Detractors and enemies of progress would always want to bring down or give advice to men and women who actually want to succeed in life. But we have decided that as Nestoil, we will always keep our eyes on the ball. Because one of the things you will notice in the video is that my advice to the young ones and the upcoming entrepreneurs is that if you look at Nestoil's history for the past 28 years, you would definitely agree with me that it is possible to succeed working hard or looking at your dream, as long as you're determined and as long as the opportunity that is available at that time, you're able to identify it and you're able to pursue it. Of course, again, some say that there can be no great feat without a godfather, and that to make great wealth or business or big business happen, you must be fronting for one big elephant in the form of a politician or even government. Again, this is another wrong notion. This is not our story. You have seen our story for yourselves today. We remain a responsible brand working in tandem with government and our host communities. Our vision remains to continue to be a private sector value creator for Nigeria and for posterity. So our advice is that it is time we begin to think not just of today, but of tomorrow. I will want to use just a minute to share an experience about a story one of the bank MDs told me about Nestoil Towers. One of the MDs of the banks that actually one of the leading banks in Nigeria told me a story about how he went to boat club to meet friends for an evening sit-out. And when he entered boat club, he saw some gentlemen sitting down and talking about Nestoil Towers. One of these men that were there started telling the others that he knows Nestoil, that he knows Ernest just a few years ago, that he was begging food in the street of Lagos and even in Port Harcourt until one white man helped him. That this Ernest that he's talking about, that he knows him very well, that the Nestoil Tower belongs to one of the presidents of this country. That he's very sure that that is what he's saying. So as he was saying this, the bank MD in question is Azudialu-Obiejesi of GTB. So Shegu now, after sitting down, he looked at the young man that was telling this story. They said, you said you know Nestoil? He said, yes. He said, and you said the Nestoil Tower belongs to a president. He said, yes, I'm sure. That's what I'm telling them here. He now told him, he said, do you know who I am? He said, no. He said, I'm Azudialu-Obiejesi. I'm the MD of GTB. That this is how you people go about spreading bad gist and information about people. The Nestoil Towers was funded by GTB. And Nestoil Towers was built by Julius Berger. Every money that went to Nestoil Tower was work being paid by Shell. The money was coming from Shell for the pipelines that were being done by Nestoil, and that money goes from my bank to Julius Berger. And the last money that NS couldn't pay, we were the ones that funded it to pay Julius Berger to complete that building. How can you now sit down here and be telling all these lies? A typical Nigerian what he did was to just keep quiet. Once it looks like the thing has quietened down, he took his drink and disappeared. So the next day, Shegu called me and was telling me this story. So I told him, I said, you cannot do anything to Nigerians. This is the way our people believe that things happen. Once they cannot do anything, they look for a negative story to attach to it. There are so many stories about Nestoil out there. But those things don't deter me. I'm only worried about the young ones who are coming up. Because in our tradition, in where I'm from, Okija, with permission of His Royal Majesty, our masquerade used to say that he doesn't worry about people that are alive, that for him that is already a dead person. So for me, at my age and what I've done, and Nestoil was the second phase of my business. From what I have done, I'm just worried about the young ones that listen to this kind of stories. Because these young ones will not believe that it's possible that you can set out, your dream, pursue it, and achieve greatness. Because all they know is that either you are fronting for somebody and that person is fronting for you. So I keep advising the young ones, any opportunity I have, I try to tell them that hard work pays as long as you are focused, as long as you take advantage of an opportunity that occurs during your own time, you will succeed. Also, God being with you. So, ladies and gentlemen, after 28 years of evolution, of successes, and sometimes failures, after so many years of tentative steps and steady steps, we believe it is time to reposition the challenges that lie ahead. The oil and gas industry is one with a number of dynamics. There are different catalysts that orchestrated the disruptions in the industry. Some we already know. Some we are yet to know. However, one thing is clear. It is only companies that are well positioned for inevitable change that will continue to survive. What we are about to witness today is the unveil of a new and refreshing brand identity that replicates the dynamism that is inherent in our corporate personnel. Today's exercise is symbolic in many ways. As we unveil a new identity, we are making a fresh commitment to exceed the expectations of our stakeholders at all times. Today's unveil of a new corporate identity comes with a new vigor to continually deliver exceptional value to you, our cherished stakeholders. We therefore commit to you today that even as we have delivered value in the past, we shall deliver even more value onwards. Thank you for staying this course with us. We look forward to an exciting time of mutual beneficial partnership for the oil and gas industry and also for our great country, Nigeria, including the future generations. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Let it roll, let the applause roll.
Yes.
Wow.
Until the gentleman takes his seat.
Right.
Wow, wow. What a dream. You see, one thing I like about Oga, we should start calling him Oga. One thing I like about Mr. Chairman is that he's humble, considerate, and he encourages everybody. I seem to have this feeling, Bobby, that you and I are in the wrong business. We should be seeking permanent employment at Nestoil so that we can see Chairman every day for this kind of advice.
Right.
What do you think?
I think the biggest mistake I made in my life was in 1991 when I chose to follow you instead of him.
Well, it is not too late if Chairman is not employing because he seems to have pegged the number at 3,000. I can assure you that I know an oil company that is employing.
Which one?
Sonola, Granite Oil.
No, but if you look Oga picture, that 1991, yes. If he tell you that time say he's into oil and gas, you for look and say, which kind oil? Oga. And that your office where they market, you have come a long way. You deserve it. You have tried. Yes. Huh? You suffered. When I see that picture, it's hard to, if not that they put it, you know, if you will not know. You will not know that it's the same you. You'll be like, the you of now, that you of then, be like your houseboy. Of what? Huh? Boom. But, bros, you see the power of a success story?
Yes.
I found out this evening that what makes a success story sweet is the rumors. Yes. 28 years after, somebody sit down for beer parlor say 2 years ago, saying the trek for VI. Say now one white man help you. Out of Bad Belesa, I believe the story.
You know, I've always said that it is very easy. Sometimes I don't understand Nigerians. When they wake up, you know, when we talk of invention and innovation, they seem to wake up with negative story. They want to bring something down. Mm-hmm. So we are inspired. We are inspired by your sense of determination. And Bovie and I today have decided and that we are very determined that from today we work for you whether you like it or not. We just want to be close so we can hear these stories and take photographs at next. That place is a tourist attraction, you know?
Yes.
Okay, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, talking about brand and brand identity. We have come to the highlight of today, the big moment, the moment when we see the change, the new idea, the new concept, the new energy. The brand is about new energy. It's about a new beginning. It's a company that is evolving, like I said. If you must move forward as a company all over the world, you must redefine and you must reinvent. So this is a moment that we reinvent and redefine Nestoil. Bovie, would you care to introduce or commence the unveil?
Right, ladies and gentlemen, we just had to make sure there's some fanfare that will go with this unveil. What you're about to see is going to herald the introduction of the new brand identity of Nestoil. Please, let's give them a round of applause as we welcome the
A round of
dancers.
applause for the unveil proper.
Let it roll, ladies and gentlemen. A round of applause one more time.
I can't see you, Bobby.
All right. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The new logo. Precise, straightforward, universal, I dare say.
At the appropriate time, we'll be told about the significance of this logo, and the significance of the new logo, and of course the brand identity of the company. But let's let the smoke settle down, because we're about to invite some persons for a photo session. The cameraman has requested this, but let the smoke settle down. Is that okay with you?
You want the smoke to settle down? Take us our own with the smoke.
After all, we are now
the latest
contract workers.
Contract staff. All right. Woo.
This is a reinvention, the redefinition of Nestoil, the new spirit, a new energy, and the journey is only just started. You heard it from Mr. Chairman. He's energized to even do more. And I know that all the directors and, of course, the management staff of Nestoil have also keyed into this new definition, this new energy and dream. I think we can afford to have a photo session now.
Right.
I would like to invite Mr. Chairman.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, please let's welcome the GMD of Nestoil, the man of the moment, the brain behind Nestoil from the beginning. Please give it up for Mr. Ernest. Dr. Ernest Azudialu-Obiejesi to the stage.
And of course, to join him is a beautiful wife and the group executive director of Nestoil, Mrs. Nestoil-Obiejesi, please, to the stage.
Iron Lady.
The woman who has worked tirelessly, who has worked so supportively, found in my little conversation, I found indeed an enigma. Oh. An enigma. And a very erudite and astute person. I salute you, madam.
Right.
And to join them quickly on stage, allow me to invite the source himself, the Oni of Ife. Please, a round of applause.
We'll be taking the pictures in batches, ladies and gentlemen.
And to join them finally on stage, allow me to welcome the Igwe of Akeja, His Royal Majesty. Please, a round of applause for His Royal Majesty, please. Balance, yes. Cameraman. Move it. Move it.
All right, photo ops, please.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Your Imperial Majesty, Your Royal Majesty, we thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Highness. Thank you very much. All right.
And now I would like to invite all bank MDs here present. All MDs of banks that are present here to please step forward for the photo op.
I also like to add quickly, ladies and gentlemen, the chairman of Fidelity Bank, Mr. Nestoil, please join us.
Please join us on stage.
Thank you, sir. All the bank MDs in the building, heads of financial institutions, please join us for these photo ops. Thank you very much. Okay. I've been mandated to also call on Professor Anya Anya,
the immediate past chairman of Nestoil, please. Thank you.
MD of Seplat, Mr. Austin Avuru. Please join us on stage. Thank you very much. All right.
Photographers, please. Are you hold on 1 minute, please. Photographers, are we good on this? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, gentlemen. Would like to invite the president of Petroleum Association of Nigeria, to please join the chairman on stage. Would also like all IOCs and their reps to please be on standby.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, I don't have a list with me here, but I've been mandated to call on all the players in the oil and gas industry. Please, we know you, but too numerous to mention. Please make your way on stage. Join us for pictures. Thank you very much. Mr. Ns Wampa, please join us on stage. Mr. Emmanuel.
The MD of KPMG, please.
Mr. Emmanuel Fejika, I've been...
KPMG.
Mr. Emmanuel and Mrs. Uju Ifejika, Iron Lady. Please join us on stage. All the industry players, Prime Minister of the Shekiri Kingdom, Ayeri Emami, thank you for joining us.
The MD of ITO, please. The MD of ITO, please. There's the MD of KPMG here.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Group MD of ITO, Victor Okoronkwo, please join us. Thank you. All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
All IOCs and reps. May I also please request please would like to invite executive directors and all associate directors of Nestoil to please come forward. Executive directors and all associate directors of Nestoil to please come on stage. Executive directors and all associate directors, please. Mr. Tayo Akinwumi, please. The country manager for Technip FMC, please, to join. Mr. Tayo Akinwumi, please. Photographers, hold on, please. Photographers, hold on.
All right. All right. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, before I do this, allow me to quickly apologize because we should have called this first. Representatives of the governor of Lagos State. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Larry Odusote, Commissioner of Energy and Mineral Resources. Please join us on stage. The Honorable Commissioner for Economic Planning and Budgets, Mr. Sam Egube, and Special Advisor to the Governor on Housing, Toke Benson. Please join us for photo ops. Thank you very much.
Thank you, photographers. Please hold on very quickly. This is about the last session. And after this, we'll move on to the next agenda, please.
Mr. Sam. All right, thank you very much. And last but not the least, we would like to invite the head honchos of PwC, KPMG, and Ernst & Young. Please join us for this batch of photographs. Our friends from PwC, I see you, Mr. Apata. PwC, KPMG, Ernst & Young, please join us. Thank you.
They know my story. From old dogs to do. I be hustle to work. Me and City. From old dogs to do. He been hustle to work. My people dead. My people suffer. Them they pray for blessing.
And thank you very much. We have come to the end of that session. It's been a wonderful night. Very educative, very informative, and very entertaining. And at this point, it's almost 10 p.m. I'd like to invite the Group Executive Director. No, pardon me. I'd like to invite and now I'd like to invite the gentleman who would offer the vote of thanks and actually throw more light on the new Nestoil. Please join me and welcome Mr. Obina Ufudu. A round of applause for the distinguished gentleman.
Thank you.
Right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Your Royal Majesties, our partners in the business, our friends, colleagues, good evening. And let me join my group GMD in welcoming you to this very exciting day for Nestoil family. As you enjoy your dinner, I would like you to avert your eyes to the new Nestoil logo, which we have just unveiled. At the beginning of today, Mr. Bovi took a few moments to yab the old Nestoil logo. Bovi, what do you think of the new one? The new Nestoil logo that you have seen today is in many ways a representation of the spirit of Nestoil. And like I said, please avert your eyes and let me know if you see what I see. Let me know if you see what all of us at Nestoil see. The new Nestoil logo speaks to the new spirit in the company. As you can see, the most striking thing about this logo is its simplicity and clarity. Bovi said the old logo had too many colors. It had too many designs. What you see now is three key things. We have a new hue of yellow that speaks to the new beginning that we have in Nestoil today. You've heard our GMD talk about 28 years from one room to the Nestoil Tower, which is the first certified green building in Nigeria. You've heard the GMD talk about 28 years from 2 staffs, himself and his spouse, to 3,000 Nigerians in 28 years. You've heard the GMD talk about the business going from a one-man business to a corporate entity that can stand like any other corporate entity anywhere in the world, delivering value to its shareholders, its staff, and the entire nation. And so that's what yellow speaks to us today. Yellow for us means a new beginning in Nestoil. Yellow speaks to freshness of ideas, speaks to clarity of purpose, and it speaks to the things that we see in the horizon for Nestoil. And under the yellow, you see a solid blue, specially selected hue of blue. And blue speaks to infinite possibilities. Because blue, when people talk about blue, they talk about the sky blue, and they talk about the ocean blue. It talks about the horizon. In Nestoil, you will see a brand new horizon ahead of us. We see infinite possibilities ahead of us. And so today, we have refreshed our logo to stand on a fresh beginning of yellow and a solid base of infinite possibilities. And finally, in the middle, you see the hint of red. Red speaks to warmth. It speaks to the industry that we operate in, which is the oil industry. It speaks to strength that we see. And so, in all, we have decided to refresh our brand, to start our entity as Nestoil on clarity, on simplicity, on freshness, on warmth, and of strength, and of infinite possibilities. And we are very pleased that we have all of you here today on this new journey, on this new beginning with all of us at Nestoil. Thank you for coming. But beyond the logo, what is the logo is just a part of the brand. The Nestoil brand is a lot more than the logo which we have refreshed and unveiled today. Today also, we would like to avert your minds to the Nestoil brand promise. Our brand promise today has been alluded to several times by the people who have spoken to you today, especially our GMD. And it's very simple. It's delivering exceptional value. 3,000 staff across the country have committed today or recommitted today to deliver exceptional values. And how do we define exceptional values in Nestoil? For us, value means, in the first instance, how do we execute on our promise, on our projects in an efficient and safe manner. As you know, Nestoil operates in the oil industry in the Niger Delta, which is a very, very, very difficult terrain to operate in. And so the most important thing for us is to be able to do so in a very safe manner. Today, Nestoil has recorded over 2 million man-hours of totally safe operations this year. And so, Our brand promise today is to continue to operate in a very efficient and safe manner. Our second measure of value in Nestoil is how are we able to deliver on our promise to our business partners. There is nothing more important to us that when Nestoil says that we will do X, Y, Z at ABC time, that we keep to that promise. And 3,000 staff across the country, Nestoil staff, today renew their promise to our stakeholders, the banks, the oil industry players to whom we provide services, that we will continue to deliver this value in an exceptional manner. And our third measure of value in Nestoil is how are we able to influence and improve the community where we operate in. Today again, we put our hands to our chest and renew that promise that Nestoil will continuously operate in a manner that uplifts the environment in which we operate in. So in summary for us today, we have unveiled our new logo that speaks to clarity of purpose, that speaks to a new beginning. In fact, if you look at Nestoil, if Nestoil were a human being at 28 years, today would be, in so many ways, a coming of age. All of the videos that you have seen about the things that we've done for us today marks a beginning of phase 2. In the next 28 years, who knows all of the things that we intend to achieve? Who knows of all the infinite possibilities that can be achieved by a group of Nigerians who have decided that we are able to perform to international standards. So today we thank you, all of you who have taken out time to join us at this unveil. We thank you for supporting us these 28 years. We count on your support in our next beginning, and we put our hands, like I said, to our chest to make you this promise that Nestoil and all of the entities in the Nestoil group will continue to deliver exceptional values. Thank you very much, and God bless you all.
All right. All right, indeed, God bless us all, ladies and gentlemen. One more time, I'd like to add my voice and say thank you for making our time to come celebrate with Nestoil and the new brand identity. Personally, I love it because it has the 3 primary colors. It is from these 3 colors you get pretty much every other color. Once again, they have shown their prowess in leadership and innovation. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the tail end, and we would like to end just as we started. It is on that note I would like to welcome one more time on stage the Group Executive Director of Nestoil to lead us in a closing prayer. Please let's welcome Mrs. Nena Azudialu-Obiejesi to the microphone. A round of applause, please. All right. After the prayer is the after party.
Yes, please. Can we please rise? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Father Almighty, we thank you. We thank you for your love. We thank you for your generosity. We thank you for the privileges. Who are we, Lord, that you chose to favor us so much? May your mighty name be praised, Father. All that we have shown tonight is all to your glory, Father. We rededicate the Nestoil group to you, Almighty God. We thank you for all these friends, associates, well-wishers, stakeholders, family of Nestoil group, our GMD that you have brought here tonight to celebrate your favors. Thank you, great Father. As we all go back to our respective works and destinations, we plead for your blessings. We must not forget, Lord, to say sorry for all the ways that we have offended you. Thank you for your gift of forgiveness. We recommit our lives, every one of us here, to you, Lord. Continue to direct us, guide us. May your mighty will be done in the life of Nestoil Group and all of our stakeholders, our friends, our associates that are here. Thank you for the purpose you have given to us. Thank you for using us as tools to progress the lot of humanity. Thank you, Lord Jesus Christ. In your mighty name, we have prayed.
Thank you very much. Amen. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, thank you for coming. Please don't be in a hurry to leave. There's lots to eat, lots to drink. And if you want to party, the DJ will serenade us with good music. They say now from Thursday, they say they know how weekend go be. Let's go.